everybody, it's Donnie from Diamond Painting by Donnie, and today I have a post review for you. You may have noticed this diamond painting as far back as May, just because that's when I started it, and then I set it aside and didn't think about it, and then I finally thought, I need to get some of my diamond paintings finished. So I don't have so many, going at one time. So I did this one. And I forgot to plug in my microphone this time, but it's funny how after you seal a painting, those drills with the holes in them sure do show themselves, because I can see way too many that are being shown right now. Okay, so you can see how sparkly this is. I have already sealed it with the Tombow Mono Aqua Glue, and it leaves it very sparkly. As far as framing it, I will be framing it. It's just a matter of how I want to do it and whatnot. So I'm just kind of lifting it up so you can see the sparkle more. This was a square drill, 30 by 30. I bought this from HomFun, and it cost $10.57. And it was one I got back, I bought it May 8th. I didn't write down when I finished it. I thought I did. But I finished it the same day that I did the video on using the powder. And I haven't finished doing that to this yet, but I will be doing it before I put it away. I did end up running the toothbrush around on it, cleaning out all the extra goop, and then sealing it. I did, of course, roll it before I did the sealing this time. But I did have a pretty good experience with this, so, for the most part. I mean, I did not run out of any drills. In fact, here is, let me grab it, if I can. Alright, so this is most of them. I still have some in another container, but that one's kind of buried right now. But this is what I had left. I mean, I had a really good amount left. There is quite a bit in most of these, especially the 310s. And see, here's the 310s. There's quite a bit left in that. And 745. There's a lot in that one. And I mean, most of them, there's enough in them to where you can't see the bottom of the container. Unlike this one, this was almost used up all the way. I was a little worried about that one, but we made it. And the same with this one. But all in all, there was nothing missing. I had no oily drills in this. It was a really good experience with the drills. Of course, there was a lot of garbage, but as long as I have everything I need, I'm okay with the garbage, as long as they provide enough gems, notwithstanding not withholding the flaws. So this, I'm going to show you my tray of garbage here. This isn't even for half of it, because I knocked it over and spilled about half of what was here, and this was only for the second half of it that I hadn't finished. The first half, I have no idea where that garbage went, but I got this handy dandy tray in one of my orders, and so now I conveniently have this to use. But these are all pieces that I wouldn't use, because a lot of them were had this dirt on it. Some of it wasn't avoidable. Some of it, like this pink one right there in the middle. You can see that, how it's got a big black spot on it. Yeah, that's something I would not put on my diamond painting. And you can see the holes, and, the extra pieces of resin that's just hanging out. There was a lot of that. And, it wasn't all black. It was all the colors, especially like the blues. They had, that's one of the notes I have here, is they had a lot of blues in here that were, they looked dirty. And I did it the best I could. I got rid of the ones that were just too dirty to even try using. But cleaning it helped, and putting the glue on it, I think that might have helped get some of the dirt off. But the other color was yellow. The yellow had, see, I'm not seeing it now, but when I was doing the drilling, I saw a lot of the dirt. And you know, whatever it was, if it came off during the gluing process, that's awesome. But you can't see it now. You can see the flaws and the holes and the ones that I didn't pull out. Because trust me, if I had seen them before now, I would have pulled them out. I know you may not see them either. They're just, it's just one of those things that bugs me. My eye went right to the ones with holes in it. Like, there you can see this pink one. Yeah, you can see it right there. See, can you see it yet? Can you see it? Yeah, there's a big old cavity in that pink one. And that's where my eye went as soon as I picked this up. What else? There was a lot with holes in them. And the dirty ones, the ones with the black spots, that was the biggest thing that bothered me. But other than that, this was a great experience doing this diamond painting. And knowing that I had all of my drills and I didn't run out of anything was even made the experience even better. And even with all the different, what's that word? Details in this painting, 30 by 30 was a perfect size. And this is what I've gone off of when I order paintings. When I order paintings now, when I want to get a small one, I go by what I'm seeing in this. It might be because it's a cartoon, but I think, okay, there's no more detail in this painting that I'm looking at than in my My Little Pony one. So it should turn out fine. I mean, here's the picture. Here, actually, I'll show you the picture on here. And, I mean, you see that. And it looks, you know, it looks crisper because it's a picture. And then you look at this, and even from far away, I think it's going to look just fine. And all the details, like in the eyes, and how big the eyes are, and the what makes this cartoon, the My Little Pony cartoon, what it is, by the signature look of them, it hasn't been lost in this size. So I definitely, you know, I've heard things that HomFun hasn't been doing so good lately. I have ordered a couple since then, and I still haven't gotten the issues they were talking about, except for maybe some oily drills. Like I said, this was ordered back in May, so it may have been before people were having issues with it. But as far as I'm concerned, this experience with this painting was a good one, and from going by that, I would order from them again. They weren't too expensive. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive than Huracan, but they are less expensive than some of these other stores that you might come from. There are other stores I like as well that do a lot of the cartoon paintings, but we are talking about this one right now. And if I do find something in their store that I want, then I would get it from them again. I would definitely order from them again. I'm not quite sure. I'll just go over a little bit of I ordered it May 8th and I got it May 21st. So it only took 13 days to get here. Full square, 30 by 30. And it was, like I said, $10.57. So that's about it. There were some spots on here that wouldn't stick. And it didn't matter if I changed drills. It was just certain spots that just were not sticky. And I don't know if it's because of the time, but it had been covered the whole time with the adhesive cover. So that shouldn't have mattered with it not having sticky in those certain spots. But I just got it on there and then did my seal so that I would know that it would stay in place. So that's all I did to ensure that it stuck because it had a little bit of sticky. It just wasn't strong enough to pull off of the wax in the pen. But it turned out fine. I mean, I got it to stick, and I put my adhesive down to cover it, and it all looks great now. You just have to watch it when you put your Tombow aqua glue on. It's going to be really stiff when you're done. Don't let it bend, because I let it bend and I can see spots that it made the glue crack right in here from it bending back. I don't know if you can see it, but on these dark drills right here, you can kind of see how it looks kind of milky. That's because the glue was bent afterwards, after it dried, because it got bent down like this. So if it's super stiff when you're done putting your glue on, leave it that way. Don't let it flop around like I did. And just so you know, when I did the seal on this, I didn't use the brush that was provided with it this time. I just squirted a strip of glue down, and I used my finger and wiped it on. That way I knew I was getting every spot, because sometimes you can't see it when you're putting it on. It's not like purple and then changes clear. So I did that to make sure I could feel where it had been already and where it wasn't yet. And I didn't want to do too thick of a layer, because that can also cause the buildup. And once it builds up in these cracks, you can see it, and you can tell that it's been built up. But the cracking is my biggest concern when putting the glue on here and then it getting bent, because I'm seeing that happening. So I just have to be way more careful next time not to crease it. So there you go, guys. I know I don't get diamond paintings finished very often, but here is the post review, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me that thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, guys.